Alright folks, Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 6 released earlier today. The finale. Let's talk about it. First off, Sam's suit looks awesome. It looks incredible. I mean, excellent design. Every moment with him on screen was breathtaking. It was awesome. It was such a cool experience just to see that for the first time. I knew what we were getting. I know, everyone did. But the build-up, I think just after these past 6 episodes, past 6 weeks, it amounted to something incredible here. It was such a joy to watch. In this episode, you get a Captain America, because Sam, Captain, versus Batroc Rematch. And again, for most of the fight at least, Sam doesn't use the shield. So, bit of a nice reference. Karli, once again, shares her thoughts. This is a little tilted. That's better. Karli shares her thoughts about why she's doing what she's doing, more radicalized again. Her people start to question her a bit stereotypical. I'll talk about it in a bit. And then Bucky, hits her with the reality check, saying all I've ever wanted to do was do the right thing. So Karli thinks she's alone, which of course is just further making her a person who's willing to do anything for her cause. The action in this episode is the best of any MCU TV episode yet. Certainly the best in this show. Certainly better than the WandaVision finale. I actually quite like the action in the WandaVision finale. I know some people complained about it, but here it is excellent. Great action. And that is most of the episode. That is my one problem with the episode. It's just that most of it is action. A little dry on plot. But the action is excellent. So can I really complain that much? Yes, I can. Of course, it is well within my rights, but you get the point. As I mentioned, Falcon is just just epic this episode. He does oh my God, just thinking about him, smiling. He shields himself on a bridge with a guy with the vibranium wings. Awesome. But the best moment is when he flings his shield at the pilot in the helicopter just before he flings the shield. And then he's I don't even know what you would call it. He swoops in through and picks up the guy and the shield. It is awesome. I mean, if you've seen the ep, you know what I'm talking about. But damn, that moment was so cool. That was awesome. That best Sam Wilson moment probably in the MCU so far. That was a great moment. And then it is reaffirmed once again, I'm not sure what their goal is with Walker as a character, but I reaffirmed again that Walker, despite doing very bad things, and despite probably being more of a bad person than a good person at this point, his heart is still in the right place when he is not, distracted by rage, revenge, his anger issues. So he can be a good person. He is capable of it, and he wants to be. It seems like that is his actual goal. I'm not sure if they're trying to make him more sympathetic. I do think he will be a villain down the line, not just someone that toes the line. Maybe Contessa just takes advantage of him, makes him feel that fear, and so he becomes a villain and then transforms later on, and they're just setting up the seeds for that. But it is clear once again that he does not want, his inherent goal is not violence, danger, harm. Bucky, a lot of people pointed out after last episode, I think, that Bucky catches everything thrown at him, and then I just noticed it this time when he catches, It's when Karli throws something at him. I just noticed it. Kind of cool. A pipe or something. Agent 13, Sharon being the power broker. Have to say, not a major fan of that reveal. Felt a little predictable, a lot of stuff in the show felt predictable. That's probably the most. And not really earned. I don't know, there's just something about it. But I will say that at least her fate within the rest of the MCU is now secure. She will obviously play a bigger part down the line, as we see again in the mid-credits scene, of course. But don't love that reveal. Don't love it. I predicted in my last episode that Batroc would either die or probably go away for good, just because there's only so much you can do with him. He appeared in Winter Soldier, he appeared here. He can't just keep appearing in these little projects, and he's not going to become a major villain. So sad to see him go. I did like him. I will always remember his time in the MCU, fighting 2 different Captain Americas. Kind of cool. But he had to go. Yeah. You also think the power broker would be a little bit more prepared to not get shot. I don't know if maybe she had a bulletproof vest on, but she could have very well bled out. As someone who's a Madripoor in this criminal enterprise, she's the top of the top. And then she just walks in and prepares. And that's not a decision I would make, but you do you. I also predicted in the last step that Sam would either let Karli go, which didn't happen, or he would, send her to prison, but still be sympathetic to her cause. It was sort of right, because he doesn't want to fight her. He doesn't want to kill her. Sort of reminiscent of Steve in The Winter Soldier when he's fighting Bucky, and he doesn't want to fight because Bucky is his friend, and then here Sam just agrees with Karli. He doesn't think that she deserves to die, to even maybe be jailed. He just wants to get through to her. But obviously she dies, something I was not expecting. I was expecting her to play a bigger role down the line potentially. And then we learn, and then at the end you get a twist reveal a bit. I was expecting the Flagsmashers to potentially come back, and then we'll talk about that in a bit. But Karli gone, Sam didn't want to fight her. The Flagsmashers in general this season could have been definitely better. Very interesting concept, as I mentioned back in the first review, and did not live up to it. There was a lot to explore there about the political aspects of their group, and they never really dove into it extremely. They just made Karli a terrorist, who is again a very stereotypical character who could have been something more. She just got more and more mad at the cause, became more and more violent. They could have had a sympathetic cause. Maybe you argue they did, but it does feel like they were dumbed down just for the point of the show and to avoid that extra nuance. And I think the show would have benefited from making both the group and Karli as a character more interesting people. And then I will say Sam gives this little speech at the end, and while he's not wrong about anything he says, it does feel very corny and contrived with all the cams and the mics on, and he's talking to the GRC guy who's like, "You don't understand." Whatever, I'll let them have their moment, but seems a little forced. I'm wondering if Sharon's just playing both sides, or she actually does like Bucky and Sam, because of course they do have a prior relationship prior to her being the power broker, and she obviously likes Steve, maybe a little too much because her aunt is Peggy, so that was a little awkward. But anyway, I wonder if she likes them or she's just playing both sides. We'll see. I don't know how much of a villain she truly is what I'm trying to say. Is she this insane mastermind, or is she more so just wants? I don't even know. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll see. And then as I was talking about just a bit ago, Zemo is still in the game, obviously because he kills the last of the real Flagsmashers. Maybe someone else will form some different group anymore, but even from prison, he's making moves. He will be back, folks. He will hopefully play a big part down the line. I like him quite a bit. Had a sort of a small role in this TV show, all things considered, but he's back. He's back. U.S. agent gets his new suit, potentially, going solo, going rogue almost perhaps. I don't know Contessa's plan still. Contessa, I don't know what to call her. Contessa, I guess I will call her, but Valentina. But we'll see what her plan for him is. He does seem like he needs to be a stooge, either to first it was to the U.S. government, and now it is to Contessa, so it does feel like she will use him. And then when she gets what she wants, maybe, discard him, or maybe he'll learn before then what her plan is. But we shall see. That's for something down the line. And then, as I mentioned last episode, you actually see Bucky make his amends in this episode, something I was not expecting. But I did say that I do think that Bucky's arc is coming to an end. Well, Bucky's arc has come to an end. I do think Bucky's time is coming to an end. I think there's not much left to explore. I wouldn't be surprised. And the announced today, Captain America 4, very excited for that. I wouldn't be very surprised if that is where he gets his final goodbye. We will see, but there's just not too much more to explore to his character. Carter was pardoned in this episode, and of course it is because she helped in that bit of a finale. Maybe that was why she wanted to make good with Sam and Bucky, just so she could get that position. But I'm wondering, does that mean the Sokovia Accords are just gone? They don't face any threat from them? I don't know. We'll see. And then what is the power broker's motive in infiltrating the U.S. government? Obviously, he talks about selling stuff. I wonder, they're obviously alluding to someone who will buy their stuff down the line. Anyone have any theories? Let me know down in the comments below. Will obviously be someone big. Could be Contessa. I doubt it. I feel like it'll be more intricately wound into the MCU. So it'll be someone else. We'll see. And then, this episode, as I mentioned, felt like just a lot of action. I think it works in a movie as the climax, but when it just feels like you jump into it immediately in this episode, and when it just feels like the whole time, it doesn't work as well. So that's unfortunate. Folks, I'm very excited for Captain America 4, as I mentioned. Sam Wilson was the best part of this episode by far, every move he made. And it's the same writer and showrunner as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I do think that my problems with the show, the stakes missing, how drawn out some stuff seems, is because they were forced into that format of a show. And I don't think it benefited the storyline. So I do think that perhaps you could get something better with a movie. And I'm very excited. I will say that the great show, it definitely fell for me. Originally, I don't know if I said this, but I had it like number 5, tentatively, after episode 2, just because I liked that episode so much. Definitely moved down. I think it's very similar to WandaVision in terms of how much I liked it. Actually, I'm going to put it, this is tough, but as of right now, I'm going to put it just above WandaVision, just one spot, very, very barely. Number 13, WandaVision moves down to 14. And congratulations to the MCU on 25 official projects. You know, some people argue about the Netflix shows, yada, yada. I'm counting these official Marvel Studios productions, these 25. And yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as of right now, at 13. Could move up, could move down. We will see. Folks, I will see you back on this channel when Loki comes out in 2 months. Be there or be square. I've been eating PC Reviews. You've been amazing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Season, episode, let me know it all. I'd love to see it. This one's very conflicting, both the episode and the show in general. A lot of people are mixed. Folks,